And when I was first brought in, I noticed that everyone was preaching a message, I'm going through. Every time somebody preached, they said, I'm going through, I'm going through, I'm going through. And I was young, I was 19 years old, and I was a little naive. I said to myself, I'm going to let them go through, I'm going to go around. I thought that I could go around pain, but I discovered something. Pain is too wide to go around. Pain, you can't go under it because its roots are too deep. You can't go over it because it reaches too high. And the truth is, the only way to deal with pain is you got to walk right through it. You may have to walk through it with tears running down your face, hands shaking as you're walking. But I've discovered every time I walk through the pain, I always look back and said, God, I thank you for what you brought me through because it made me who I am. I'm a champion because of what I went through. Let me put it to you like this. At the moment of conception, I'm going to say this churchy, okay? This is going to be kingdom talk. 500 million potential people are released. Did y'all catch that? At the moment of conception, 500 million potential people are released. Out of those 500 million, only one makes it in. Which means every person in here was a champion before you were ever born. You had to fight against 500 million people trying to get here, but you fought your way in. Somebody lift up their hands and shout, I'm a champion, I'm a champion. Forget about your neighbor, high five yourself and say it with a tune. Say, I'm a champion. I decree and declare that before this year is out, God is going to cause overflow to break out in your life. That's it. Listen, in fact, for the rest of the year, the next time anybody says the word overflow, I want you to shout like you've lost your mind. Can we practice one time? Overflow. Come on, shout unto God, overflow. You may have your seats. Psalms 23 says, my cup runneth over. Modern translations translate it as my cup overflows. Now what you have to understand, when David wrote this particular psalm, he was speaking to the hospitality of the Israelites. It was believed that, or it was taught that if a stranger came into your town, then you were obligated to entertain them for one night. The way that you let them know, now you could entertain them for longer if you so desire, but the way that you would let them know how long they could stay is by how much liquid you poured in their cup. So if after the first night at dinner, I poured your cup half full, then you knew the next day you gotta go. We say it like this in America, you ain't got to go home, but you got to leave here. If they poured the glass to the top, then it meant you could stay another night. So what David was saying is, when I'm in God's presence, he pours my cup to overflow because he wants me to stay in his power all the time. I wish I could preach in here. God said, I want to cause my blessing to overflow your cup, run down off the table, down through the pews into every part of your life. Somebody shout, overflow.